who is Arab and who can play this part. And he said, let's see, ask people. But they wanted an Arab who speaks English, which is not evident. I, fortunately, because my mother and father were very strange people, they were feeding me like mad. And when I was 10 or 11, I was very fat. I never did any sport, nothing at all. And my mother said, at some point, she said, this is awful. This kid is horrible. My son is disgusting. He's no good. What shall I do with him? She said, I know. I'll send him to an English school. He won't be able to eat anything there. The food is disgusting, which is true. Thank God I became thinner. There was a theater in the school, and I did some plays and things like that at school. It changed my whole life going to an English school. And I'm very proud to be here because this is what I love here in England, which made me as I am. Thank you.
Can you explain how you were selected by David Lean and then how your relationship was on the film?
I don't think David Lean knows, or anyone knows. There was here, this lady here was in the film, and they said they wanted somebody who speaks English and who looks Arabic. They went and, I don't know how they found me. I tell you the truth, I don't know. I just, some point they said, Sam Spiegel was the producer. He said, get anyone from Arab. Well, anyone who can speak English, a few words. I went and they called me and I went to the desert to meet David Lean. And David Lean was standing like this. They gave me a private plane to land in the desert. And there was only one man standing in the desert, was David Lean, straight. The plane stopped in front of him. The door opened, he didn't move. I came down and he went looking around my profile. And then he didn't say anything, nothing. He looked. I said, all right, do you speak English? I said, yes, I do. And he took me to the makeup and he said, how about mustache? I didn't have a mustache. He said, take a mustache. I said, okay. Anyway, it was a fantastic thing. With David Lean, we became really lovers. He was a difficult man to like or to be liked by. But then I did Dr. Zhivago afterwards and something completely different. Once I was an Arab, the other time I was a Russian. I played a Jewish guy also. I did. With Barbara Streisand.
Nicky Ansky.
Nicky Ansky.
You'll remember that name, yes. And so you developed this rapport, obviously, with David Lean.
Yes.
Did you do a lot of rehearsing with him, or was it straight into the shooting? How did he direct you?
No. David Lean never told me to do anything. He said, he used to say to me this when I met him. He said, look, I'm not going to tell you anything. You know better than me how to be an Arab. I don't know. You be an Arab. You're an Arab in the film. And you know better than me. I'm not going to tell you. You tell me how to be, and I did.
But you'd almost become an Englishman. You told me you played cricket at your English.
Yeah, well, I was at an English school for a long time. And I played cricket extremely well, and football as well. Soccer.
This was also the big breakthrough film for Peter O'Toole as a young actor. So you were there together, turning yourselves into stars. What was your relationship with Peter O'Toole?
We were brothers. I mean, first of all, he was also somebody who had not really become still a very famous person. And we were, both of us, new people. We lived in the same tent. We had a tent in the desert. We were together all the time. He used to tell me his stories about what happened to he did and all that. And we became very close people. I'm very sorry because I can't reach him. I want to talk to him today and I can't reach him. I want to meet, I want to see him. There's something that's bothering him now. I don't know what. Anyway, doesn't matter. We were very close. We made 3 films together after that, not very good ones after that. He said, let's get some money from somebody. I said, okay. I'll take the money as well. 2 bad films. He said, okay, but we get some money. Because the film of Lawrence of Arabia, we didn't get much money. We didn't get anything. 1 year of shooting for nothing, because we were unknown, and when we went to the producer, he said, okay, boys, we'll give you $10,000. That's something fantastic for a whole year of shooting.
Also a cricketer, by the way, Peter O'Toole. He was a member of my cricket club, was he?
Yes.
I just slipped that in.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I know
Show how
that.
famous I really am.
I am too. I was a good cricket player.
I'm now going to introduce some more people
Yes.
to join us. And one of those is the person most responsible for the fantastic restoration work on this film. So would you please welcome from Sony Columbia our most expert technician, Mr. Grover Crisp. Grover, you've brought many films to this festival, but probably none that looks as fantastic as Lawrence has done. And can you tell us a little bit about the procedure you had to go through to create this restoration work?
Sure. We'll talk briefly about the work, since we're doing a more in-depth thing tomorrow night. This film, of course, was very famously and justifiably famously restored and reconstructed in 1988. This is not a replication of that work. Primarily, that work was about putting the footage back in that had been cut out over the years, beginning literally within a month after the premiere here in London in December of 1962. It started to be cut and was subsequently cut several times. So our work, that actually provided the basis for this work. During that reconstruction, David Lean, along with Ann Coates, went back through the film and kind of fine-tuned it, and that's why we call it the director's cut. What we wanted to do this time around with the technology that we have today that did not exist in 1988 is we wanted to go back to the original 65mm camera negative, scan it at the highest resolution we could, and go through the film a frame at a time and basically repair all the damage that was there and present it in as pristine a condition as possible for its 50th anniversary. So this was a process that took actually a couple of years, and we're quite pleased with the results, and I hope you will be too.
It's a good point to mention that Grover will actually be here at the NFT on Monday night, giving a long and very interesting presentation on the art of restoration.
Not too long, but